over the goal, played well. We've got some of the best goaltending. I'm not worried about that at all. Power play, 25.2. You can't complain there. That's good enough for, what, 4th in the NHL on the PP. Much better special teams compared to last year. We got some really high-end personnel there as well. 87.1 for our PK is good enough as well for 4th place. So special teams really doing a good job this year. And that's obviously what you want to see there. That's our home record, 14-3 and 4. Really good at home, 11-7-1. Still pretty good on the road, but not as good as at home on home ice. So yeah, the stats still show that we are still an elite team through 3 months through the halfway point of the season. Not too much to be worried there if you're the Calgary Flames. Just want to take a quick look here at stats again. 40 games played, so we're exactly halfway through, so we can kind of get a gauge of what everybody's on pace for here. Johnny Gaudreau, 15 goals, 23 assists, 38 points, so should be on goal for, 30 goals and roughly 80 points. Not bad, obviously, from our superstar. Now, do remember that Johnny Gaudreau is in a contract year. We do want to try and get him signed here, maybe even at the end of this episode. I kind of want to wait up till at least trade deadline, but we can kind of see what he is on pace for. He has been really good through the first half of the season, again, on pace for 30 goals, 80 points. I mean, that's all you can ask for out of a superstar player. But yeah, in the final year here of his contract, so he is asking for, I think it was $9 million for about 8 years. So he's asking for the full length. He wants to stay in Calgary for the full length, which is kind of surprising. Didn't know if he wanted that much term, but he does want about $9.5 million, which is not really bad when you consider what superstars are getting paid in today's day and age. I probably don't have a problem paying him that if he keeps up this production each and every year, but that's a big if. Still a lot of money to dish out, but we could probably get it done. Definitely want to do it before, obviously, we get to the free agency window. The only player we did get locked up in that huge class of upcoming players that need to be signed was Matthew Tkachuk. We got him out of the way. We still have Gaudreau, Giordano, Mangiapane, and Domi as the big names that need to be signed before July 1, obviously. And we got very little cap space to work with going into next year. So there's Johnny Gaudreau, 38 points as mentioned. Elias Lindholm has had a surprisingly good first half as well, 33 points, 11 goals. He's also on pace for somewhere around Gaudreau, somewhere around 70 to 80 points, close to 30 goals maybe. Backlund there has been surprisingly good as well, on the third line. Lindholm's been on our top 6. Backlund has not been in our top 6 this year. Still has 33 points through 40 games. Really good. There's Mark Giordano at 38 years of age, still putting up 30 points. That's really good for Giordano. Obviously a drop off in the goal department, just 5 goals, but he's really getting it done offensively. Plus 10 as well. This guy is doing a great job for us at such a, age of 38. There's Max Domi, 29, again in a contract year as well as is Giordano. Domi, this is an interesting one, 30 points as well, which is again not bad. Still putting up the assists, 21 assists. I want to see a little bit more out of maybe Max Domi there, playing with Tkachuk, who has 10 goals and 26 points. So he's on pace for 20 goals and 60 points. Not bad for a second line player. Wanted a little bit more, but again, it's mostly what these guys do in the playoffs, and that's kind of why we're waiting. Tkachuk, the only reason we signed Tkachuk's contract is because it was a bridge deal, something we really wanted. Where is it here? We can't see the extension yet. But it was a bridge deal for actually less than he's making now. 6 point something for, I think, 3 years. Gives a really good gauge of what Tkachuk's going to be, as it will take us right into his prime at 26, 27 years of age. So we'll really get a good gauge on what he's going to be like. Definitely was happy with that contract we signed. Here's Mangiapane, the other guy that's in a contract now. Now, Mangiapane is coming off a 40-goal, or pretty much a 40-goal season. This is surprising. He is not on pace to do that at all. Just 12 goals. He is on pace to get just under 30 goals this season, and 24 points. So again, he's not a guy that puts up a lot of points, but he was putting up a lot of goals, and he plays on our second line. So almost hit the 30-goal plateau last year, 37. The year before that, 28. He's on pace for somewhere around 28 again. Probably on pace for a little bit more points than that first year, but I don't know if he'll hit the 60-point plateau. He's on pace for 50 points right now. He almost hit the 60-point plateau, so a little bit underachieving from last year. Like I said, he's probably not going to get 40 goals. He might not even get 30 goals this year, and he probably won't get 60 points. So he is definitely underachieving, or at least on pace to underachieve from last year's 37 and 59 in terms of goals and points, and that's why we kind of waited out on his contract. I almost wonder if we should sign him to another bridge deal as well, 25 years of age. That will take him into his deep into his prime if we sign him to, say, a 2-3 year contract. Yeah, this is why I wanted to wait, because I just didn't know if these last 2 years, he significantly got better each season. But I didn't know if this last year in particular was something we could expect out of Mangiapane. He's also shooting less. That's a problem. You can see here 15.3 shooting percentage, 14.5 down to 9.4 this year so far. So I don't know. We got to decide here on his contract going forward, but. Yeah, I wanted to see if he could keep up this pace. I mean, if he could have kept up 40 goals and 60 points a season, definitely would have had no problem paying him money, for sure, a lot of money to stay on our top 6. But again, this is a guy that really we didn't project to be in our top 6. Still is only at 83 overall. He does have top 6 potential. He's listed as a second line forward, but that's because we played him on the second line the last 2 seasons in our top 6. So expecting a little bit more out of Mangiapane. Sean Monahan down there, just 11 goals, 11 assists as well. He's kind of dropped off. I don't know if we expected much out of Sean Monahan coming into this season. Again, he's also only played 28 games. That's important to point out. I forgot he did get injured for a portion there in the last episode. So of everybody on the team, he's played 12 games less than everybody else. So that does factor in. But you still want to see a little bit more out of Monahan. Shooting at 14.7% though, so he is shooting this year. Want to see more out of these guys here. Tkachuk, Mangiapane, Monahan for sure. Going into the second half, probably a little bit more out of Domi as well. Happy with what we're getting out of Giordano, Backlund, Lindholm, and of course Johnny Gaudreau. Just want to take a quick look here at everybody else on where they rank there. Dylan Dubé, what is that? 15 points there. Yusuf Alamaki, 15 points, and onward. So I just want to take a quick look there. Yeah, so that's how we stack up halfway through. Again, Jordan Binnington, 29 games, 18-8-3. What a record. 9-2-4, 2-3-1 goals against. And then Cam Talbot through 12 games, 7-3-2 with a 9-3-5. So really stellar goaltending. Look at that, 199 goals against for Talbot. But Binnington, Talbot, can't go wrong. We've had really good goaltending. First in goals against in the NHL. We shouldn't be surprised. Shouldn't even be slightly concerned. The only thing, like I said, right now we've had a really good start to our season here. The only thing is I want to see a little bit more production out of some of those guys like Mangiapane, Tkachuk, Monahan. But other than that, you really can't complain with the way the Flames season has gone so far. Definitely not the month of December that we wanted, but hopefully January we'll get back to where the months of October and November were. So again, these are our lines. Gaudreau, Monahan, Lindholm still our top line. Tkachuk, Domi, Mangiapane. That's why we want to see more of Tkachuk, Domi, and Mangiapane. This whole line, actually, you want to see a lot more out of. Monahan also, but we could switch up our top 6. This is the nice thing is our top 6 here. We can completely rearrange this top 6 for sure. The thing is we just don't want to take anybody out of this top 6 or probably bring anybody in because that'd be subtracting somebody out of it. Backlund has been stellar. I mean, he could move back into our top 6, say if there is an injury or something. But right now, no need to do that. Let him continue to anchor on the third line. That depth is huge for us, especially down the middle with Monahan, Domi, Backlund. And then our bottom 6 has been, I guess, good supporting. We haven't had much out of our bottom 6 or a lot of tension out of our bottom 6. Defense has been good. Like I said, our biggest thing about the defense all year was to keep Hanif and Valimaki as our top pairing, growing these young guys as our future 2 defensemen going forward. Rasmus Anderson as well with Giordano, who's still at 87, which is not bad, and then Gunnarsson and Shillington on that third pairing. So, yeah, I mean, we won't go through the rest of the lines. We know what it is. But we might rearrange our top 6 if they don't get going a little bit more here into the month of January. So let's jump right in. What we're going to do is we're going to sum up the month of January and February up to the trade deadline, get a really good gauge of where we are heading into the deadline. Obviously, we're going to be contenders this year, so we're probably going to be buyers at the deadline, very most likely. So we're going to have probably see where our area of need is the most. Again, it really depends what we do in this next, in the rest of the simming here in this episode, which is the months of January and pretty much all of February, because I think the trade deadline is around the 22nd. But if we stay where we are, we really don't need too much to do, or we don't have too much to do at the deadline, because again, pretty much a team that is first place, pretty much in the entire league in terms of point percentage, if not that far off behind the Panthers. So we might not have a lot to do, honestly, but we'll take a look here at what we need to do. So let me grab a drink here. All right. Ooh. All right, and let's jump right into the simming here against the San Jose Sharks. So we do have a divisional game here. I just want to quickly look here. Sharks are down there, sixth in our division, but we still want to win every divisional game because you never know, right? So let's simulate. We'll just go in with the lines we have from the last game. And again, let's hope we can turn around here in the month of January. So New Year's Day game here against the San Jose Sharks. Let's go period by period, right? First period, Flame Sharks. That's a 2-1 lead for us. Anderson, there's Sean Monahan, his 12th of the season. That is 2-1 lead for the Flames. Second period, we had another few. There's Tkachuk stepping up as well. Good to see Tkachuk twice. Bennett as well. Couture scores 5-2. Do we hang on in the third? We do 5-2. What a win for the Flames in a divisional game. So some big players stepping up there that we asked to step up. Tkachuk and Monahan. Tkachuk actually has a 3-point night. Domi puts up another 2 points. Magic. So that line, that's the line we wanted to see really perform well in this one, and they do just that. Mangiapane, he doesn't get goals, but he gets assists. All three of those guys +3. So a really good night for that second line, just as we start to question whether we should split them up. Good night there for them. Monahan's line also puts in a goal as well, off a goal from him and Johnny Gaudreau. And a 9-3-8 for Jordan Binnington. So really good night for Binnington there. So good start to the month of January into the year 2022. Can we keep it going? That, of course, puts us back in the first place in our division. Let's see if we can keep it going against another division rival in the LA Kings, who should also be somewhere down there. Yeah, they're dead last in our division. But yeah, want to win every divisional games for sure. And every game at this point, want to keep getting those points. So Flames Kings, first period, 1-0 for them off Kyle Palmieri. Second period, 2-1 for them. Hannafin scores. Jeff Carter. Do we pull back in the third? Come on, Calgary. Crap. We do get a goal from Gunnarsson, but they get one from Kopitar. That's a weird game. You want to win those. Team that's the last in your division. You don't want to be losing to them, but we unfortunately do just that. Okay, yeah, not a lot going on here in this one. 903 for Binnington. Not much you can do on that. All right, so 1-1 is how we start this month off. Again, we don't want it to be an inconsistent, shaky month. We want to start stringing together some wins, right off the bat here. So we got the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Carolina Hurricanes here, a couple Eastern opponents here. Just want to see where Toronto is. I skipped them. Where do they go? There they are. They are hanging on to a wild card spot, so they're fighting. They're still a pretty decent team. So let's simulate this one, so we can get back to the W column. So our top players taking a night off there against the Kings. We need them back here in this one against the Leafs. So first period, Flames and Leafs. There we go. Mangiapane, Dubé, that's what you want to see. Second line, third line getting in there. Second period, another 2 big goals. Monahan and then Smith-Pelly on the fourth line. So every single line getting a goal in this one, which is, I guess, nice to see. That shows your depth. Third period, we do add another one from Shillington. They get one from the Calgary native William Nylander. Calgary-born, I should say, William Nylander. But 5-1 win for the Flames over the Leafs. That's what you want to see. A really good night there. Gaudreau has a 2-point night. Shillington, Lindholm, 2-point nights as well. A lot of spread out scoring in this one, which is okay. Again, shows your depth. Really good night there for Jordan Binnington. Look at that. 964, 100 goals against. That is an incredible night for Binnington, who faces a lot of shots, just lets in 1 goal. And obviously, I want to get the win. So here's an injury. Carl Gunnarsson has been injured till the 14th. So that is one of our top 6 defensemen. So we will have to bring in our 7th defenseman, which is Andrew Nielsen. He has not played a game yet for us this year, I don't believe. So we'll get him in there to replace Gunnarsson. The nice thing is it is Gunnarsson, who is not in a lot of situations at all for us. Really just came in to be our 6th defenseman this year. So that's a good, easy switch out there. Nielsen, who would, if we did bring him into games, he would be taking out Gunnarsson anyway. So we'll play without Gunnarsson here. All right, so let's get up here to Carolina. Now, the Hurricanes, if we were just going back there, they are up there, I believe. Where are they? Yeah, they're first place in their division with 57 points. So we have 59. So there's 2 points back of us. So a very good Carolina hockey team right here. So we got to find a way to win these games against the other top teams in the NHL. Obviously, a measuring stick game here for the Flames. So we'll keep the same lineup that got that 5-1 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Really good night there. Let's see if we can keep it going. Like I said, we can't get win-loss here. We got to start stringing together some wins. So first period, we do get 2, Backlund and Monahan. They get 1 from Svechnikov. Second period, they add 2. We get 1 from Tkachuk on a former Flame David Rittich. So Rittich is making his return back to Calgary after, 3-4 seasons with the Flames. He is back in Calgary. Probably got a little video tribute. That's odd to see Matthew Tkachuk, of all people, scoring on David Rittich. Jake Bean, the former Calgary Hitman, scoring. Lucas Wallmark as well. This game's tied at 3. Do we get this third period win? Come on, Flames! We do. 3 huge goals in the third period. Valimaki, Lindholm, and Dylan Dubé. Welcome back, David Rittich. We spoil your return to Calgary with a 6-3 win. Should have stayed with the Flames, Rittich. Of course, David Rittich did choose to take less money than we were offering him in the free agent offseason last year to sign with the Carolina Hurricanes. He just wanted to start somewhere new, I guess, which is fair. He had the right to, he was entitled to choose where he wanted to go, and obviously decided he wanted to go to South Carolina, or North Carolina, I believe it is. 9:09 there for Jordan Binnington. Another good night as we pull away with a 6-3 win, or a decent night, I should say, for Binnington. We still get the win at the end of the day. A big third period there by the Flames. That's what you want to see. So Colorado next. All right, so Gunnarsson is able to come back, so he misses 2 games there. We'll let him heal actually 1 more game. Nielsen has come in and given us 2 wins. Hasn't probably done much, but has been in the lineup for 2 wins, I should say. So here we go. We got 2 wins in a row. Can we make it 3 here? Really want to start stringing together some wins and have a good month here after that month of December. All right, first period, Avs Flames 1-0 them. Tyson Joe, second periods, nothing. Come on, Calgary, we need some of this third period. Come on. Wow, we get shut out on this one. 1-0 to the Avalanche. So offense goes completely quiet in this one. Probably don't have to look at the stats at all. So not a good loss there. It's not what you want to see. So now we got the Habs. Kind of see what we get from the... Our top players have just been so inconsistent each game. Just thinking here. Habs are second in their division. But yeah, we'll leave the lineups for this game, and then we'll, if they don't respond well in this game, we'll have to make some lineup changes in our top 6. But let's get this game against Montreal going. So first period here, a goal by the Habs. Chandler Stevenson scores for the Habinadians. Second period, come on, Calgary. Yes, finally, after being shut out for 4 straight periods, Mangiapane finally gets us on the board against Price. Huge third period, Calgary. Fuck, they score. It's Ryan Strome, and we only get 1 goal through 6 periods of play. So yeah, we're going to have to switch something up here. Something not going right here for the Flames in these last 6 periods of play. As we go dry with just 1 goal to show for. So, not good. Back-to-back losses after back-to-back wins, and we're back to, 500 in this month? So, not good at all. We're about halfway through the month almost, and this is what we wanted to avoid, was the inconsistency, the back and forth here. So, what we'll do here is... this is tough. Like, I don't know what lineup changes you want to make. In situations like this. When do we go Mangiapane to the top line? I'm almost thinking going with switching Monahan and Domi as well, around as well. So pretty much going Gaudreau and Tkachuk switching around. We could have just did that. But Gaudreau, Domi, Mangiapane, see if that gets anything going. Tkachuk, Monahan, Lindholm. I don't know. Just try something at this point. Because, yeah, like I said, we go dry in our last couple games here. So, and we can put Gunnarsson back in. It's not going to matter, but we'll throw Carl Gunnarsson back in here. All right. So we got the St. Louis Blues. who are underperforming this year, but still we can't take them lightly. We lost to the LA Kings, so you know, we could easily lose to the St. Louis Blues too. Blues are second last in their division. Yeah, so here we go. Flames and Blues. We got to get back in the win column, Calgary. All right, here we go. First period, Flames, Blues, nothing. I don't like that. Second period, there we go. We get 2 goals. Andrew Kopp, Andrew Mangiapane. That's what you want to see. Third period, come on, Flames. Yes, 2 more goals, Mangiapane and then Versteeg. So Mangiapane getting it done on that top line there with Gaudreau and Domi, that new look top line. And then we get a couple of fourth line goals from Kopp and Versteeg. So nice to see our fourth line come in once in a while and chip in. But that's what we needed, a response there. 2-point night for Versteeg, Mangiapane, Giordano helping out as well. Gaudreau just gets 1 assist despite playing on that top line, as does Domi. Doesn't even get a point. So Mangiapane doing a lot of work there by himself. 9-7-1 for Jordan Binnington. Another really good night. 33 saves on 34 shots against. Another good night there for Jordan Binnington, getting us back into the W column. So we'll give Binnington this game against the Rangers, and then probably give Talbot the Flyers game here, as Talbot's gone a while without action, and it's back-to-back nights. Excuse me. Whew. So yeah, let's try and like I said, we just got to. At this point, we just got to focus on being more consistent with the wins here. So let's jump right into it. Rangers, Flames, and then Flyers, Flames. All right, first period against the Rangers, 2 goals, Domi, thank you, and Mangiapane on that top line. Second period, another goal. It is Kopp with the second in this many games. They get a goal as well, 3-1. Third period here, they add another, Domi again. So another good night for that top line, Domi and Mangiapane chipping in. You can only hope that Johnny's picking up some points here as well. Domi goes 3 points. Doesn't look like Johnny gets a point at all. That's all right. 9-4-7. Binnington's been lights out. Lights out. Man, hopefully this good goaltending can just carry us all the way, because that's what we need. So we'll throw Talbot in, though, despite Binnington just being really good these last handful of games. Really good to start this month off in general and all season. But let's get Talbot into a game. Like I said, he's been good this season as well. Hasn't seen a lot of game action lately, so I'll give Binnington a rest, get Talbot in there. Let's see if we can back to string some wins together. So coming off 2 straight wins there against the Blues and the Rangers. Let's see if we can make it 3 against the Flyers. 1-1 here. Devontae Smith, Pele, Vance, like that fourth line really stepping up in the last few games. Second period here. Big period there. Hanifin, Lindholm, Smith, Pele again, and then Lindholm again. So 2 goals for Smith, Pele, and Lindholm in this one. We have a 5-2 lead after 40, and they make this one close. Nolan Patrick, Travis Konechny pulling the Flyers within 1, but we do hang on for the win. So I'm not liking that third period. We had the lead there, didn't want to give that up, but at the end of the day, Talbot does get the job done. Smith, Pele a 3-point night, Hanifin 3-point night, Lindholm a 2-point night, Monahan an assist. So some guys you probably don't expect to step up did step up in this one. Just a 900 save percentage there for Talbot. Does face 40 shots, but does allow 40 goals in this one. So not bad. I mean, he hasn't seen a lot of action. Here's some breaking news. The Flyers have fired their head coach, Gord Murphy. I don't know who that is. Okay. So that comes on the heels of us beating them. So we are the reason the Philadelphia Flyers have fired their head coach. So when we switch here, that's nice to see. I do enjoy that in this game when they show us that. Yeah, if you look down here in the standings, the Flyers are 18, 23, and 6. So maybe they had a lot of high expectations of making the playoffs this year. Doesn't look like they will make it. I mean, it's a relatively tight division. They still could make it, but obviously underperforming, and that win by the Calgary Flames against the Flyers was good enough to have them fire their head coach. So that's kind of cool to see. Not for them, but for us, it was kind of cool to see that we were the reason of that. And I just like it coming on the screen whenever there's any big breaking news. That's cool. All right, so let's continue to jump right in here. We got the Chicago Blackhawks. I just put Binnington back in net, and my battery is low on the controller. Crap. That's not good. So I might have to plug it in here if it does die. Hopefully it doesn't die. I don't want to have to plug it in. All right. Let's send me up to Chicago. We have this month, and then we just have another. We actually go on a bye week here, so this is our last game before the bye week, and then we should get right into February. All right, simulate here. Chicago. Let's finish off this before the bye week on a strong note. Calgary first period, 1-0. Michael Backlund second period. Fuck, they get 2 goals. DeBrincat and Murphy. Come on, Calgary, fight back in this third. Come on. We do fight back, but it's tied. So Johnny Gaudreau, 2 goals. That's actually his first 2 goals of the new year. He has not scored yet in this month until now, so that's good to see. Andrew Shaw. So we're going to overtime against the Hawks. Do we get that extra point? How about in the shootout? Come on, Calgary. Yes, we do. Sean Monahan with the shootout winner. So we'll take it. 2 points against the Chicago Blackhawks. 2 points for Monahan, 2 points for Johnny. And Binghamton in his game back goes 9-1-4. Not bad. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll finish off on a 3-game winning streak, 4-game winning streak. 4-game winning streak to finish off the month of January, I believe, and the bye week. So there's actually one more game at the end of this five-day bye week, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if the All-Star game is supposed to be jammed in there as well. But let's get right up to the last game of the month. So we're going to skip an entire week here that the Flames have off. See what some other teams do. I'll decline that. I don't want Brandon Saad right now. I don't need Cody Eakin either. No, don't need some picks. Ottawa. A lot of teams trying to make some trades here in this bye week, I guess. They want to really give us Saad. We're not looking for Brandon Saad right now. I haven't even looked around. We'll do that at the end of this episode or in the next episode. See what we really need here. All right. So yeah, we just simmed an entire week later as we were on our bye week. 1 game to finish out the month. We still sit at 69 points, first in our division through 50 games. Coming off a 4-game winning streak. Let's see if we can keep it rolling here despite that break in between. And then we got about, I don't know how many games into February before the trade deadline. So first period, crap, they're up 2-0. Donskoy and Landeskog. Second period, we get one from Domi on the power play. Come on, Calgary. Big third period here, Calgary. Come on. We do tie it up. Kachuk, that is huge. Sends us to overtime. Can we get that extra point for the second straight game? How about in the shootout for the second straight game? We do get it. Max Domi scores in the shootout for the Flames. So again, finding ways to win at this time of year is huge. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just as long as you find ways to win. So that's what we do there. 9-2-6 for Binghamton. The beat goes on. So I believe that's a 5-game winning streak right now. So that's good. That's what we wanted to do. Was string together some wins. So here's a big trade. Or not a big trade. I don't know why they showed us that then. Looks like some prospects going either way. Connor Carrick. 2 years left at 1 now. We don't really. I know he's in the AHL, but don't really need him. All right, Buffalo and then Tampa. So let's just jump right back into it here. I want to sim as fast as I can before my controller dies here. All right. First period against the Sabres, 2-0 Flames. Kachuk and Rasmus Anderson. Second period, we get a goal from Shillington. They get one from Ristolainen. Third period, do we hang on? Holy shit, they tie it up. Jack Eichel, Dylan Cousins. For the third straight game, we're going to extra time. In overtime, nothing. In the shootouts, shit. So we were about to go for our 3rd shootout in a row. Win. We lose this one in a shootout. So we do get a point against the Sabres. Want to get both points at this time of year, but we'll take the 1 point there. All right, Tampa Bay. I think I'm going to just leave Binghamton in net here. He's played well. So here we go, Tampa Bay. All right. All right, so first period here, Tampa, Calgary. 1-0 Flames, Christopher Stieg, second period. There we go. 3 more huge goals. Devontae Smith-Pelly, Sean Monahan, Dylan Dubé, and third period for the Flames. So we got to go from Johnny Gaudreau. They get one from Matthew Joseph, but this is a big 5-1 win for the Calgary Flames. So that's what you want to see. I'm not going to look at the stats on this one. Happy, obviously, with our results. Player has been injured in Stockton. Dmitry Zagadonov. So we'll just, one of our top line players here. We'll just actually put Roman up there. And we'll just fill his spot with, who do we have here? We don't even have anybody. Alright. Okay. Can Matthew Phillips play double? Sure. Put him there. Somebody's got just here. Yeah, we're just gonna double shift this guy. All right. Oh my god. Crap. All right, you'll have to go to best lines there then. I don't know what to say. Just want to make sure. Zagadoulin's still in that. All right. All right, here we go. We got the Leafs again here. So coming off that Tampa win, can we keep it going here? Great. First period, Flames Leafs. Nothing. Second period, nothing. Come on, third period, nobody scored. Wow, this is scoreless through 60 minutes. We're going to overtime. Nothing. We're going to a shootout. All right, somebody had to win this game. Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, Mitch Marner scores for them, but nobody scores in 3 full periods plus overtime. That's you don't see that every day. So, not a lot to dissect out there. Jordan Binnington does get the shutout though, so that's nice to see. Just no scoring on either end there for the Flames and Leafs. But we do beat the Leafs twice here in the 2021-2022 season. It's always fun to do. All right, we got the Capitals here and the Coyotes. So let's go to the Capitals first. Just trying to sim up here till the trade deadline. Get through this grind of the season. All right, first period, Caps Flames. Nothing. Second period. Wow, we have been scoreless through like what 7 periods so far. Not that many, but 5 still. Tom Wilson beats Binnington. We have to have something here in the third. Come on, Calgary. There we go. Finally, Elias Lindholm. And what would have been 6 straight periods, but we finally do get one from Lindholm. So again, we're going overtime. A lot of extra hockey for the Flames as of late, but as long as we're picking up the extra points, that's all that matters. So do we get it here? No, we don't. Dmitry Orlov does. So, like I said, I want the 2 points at this point. I don't care how it gets done. We just need the 2 points. So big divisional game coming up here. So we'll shake off that loss and see if we can get back to a huge divisional game here against the Coyotes. All right, trade alert. The Hurricanes have acquired Victor Rask and another player. Minnesota getting some picks. Wasn't Victor Rask originally a Carolina Hurricane? I believe he was. So that's nothing huge there. Decline that. All right, another big trade. So as trade deadline is approaching, we're going to see a lot more of these coming through. Cody Ceci goes to Florida with Nosek and a third. Looks like they get a prospect back and a 5th. Stockton, yeah, okay. You can go best lines down there at this point. All right. So yeah, there was the Flames here with 35, 13, and 7, 77 points. We are ahead of the Canucks and the Coyotes, but you can see the Coyotes are what, just 5 points back of us there. But do we have a game? Yeah, we do have a game in hand in them. Okay, so yeah, so we'll play this one. So this is a big one though. Either way, it's a big one. You don't want to lose any divisional games. But especially with the Canucks and Coyotes, right on our tail. We have a little bit more breathing room when it comes to the wildcard teams in the Anaheim Ducks and the LA Kings. We're, a good 10 points clear, 12 points clear of both of those teams. But it's these games against the Coyotes, Canucks, especially now that we do get to the grind of the season where things are getting a little bit tighter, just ever so slightly. But we want to win this game. So, all right, so here we go. Big game here for the Flames. I don't know what else I was trying to say. Gaudreau 1 point away from hitting the 50-point plateau. First period, nothing. Second period, all right, we got a goal from Mangiapane beating Antti Ratina. Final period of play, come on Flames. We do hang on, so Domi and Hannafin getting it done. They get one from Christian Fischer. The Flames will take this one 3-1. So again, doesn't matter how we get it done. When it comes to a divisional team, as long as you're getting 2 points in regulation, that's all that matters. So 2 points there for Mangiapane, Domi. Doesn't look like Johnny gets his 50th point in this one. 9-4 for a really good night for Jordan Binnington. We'll continue on here. So, big win there for the Flames. We got the Detroit Red Wings here, Columbus Blue Jackets. We should be getting really close to the deadline here. So, all right. I'm just trying to think here. Okay. All right, first period against the Detroit Red Wings. We have not had a lot of scoring as of late. Second period, we do get a couple goals. We get 2. We get Kachuk and Andrew Kopp, sorry. They get 3, though, to start off that period. We need to respond here in the third period. Come on, Flames. We do. What a response there from Kachuk, Mangiapane, and Domi. So a huge performance by that line. We split up, actually. I was going to say by that line, but of course we moved Mangiapane and Domi up. So Johnny Gaudreau does hit the 50-point plateau. There was no doubt about it. 2-point night for quite a few of our top players, which is good to see. And then Talbot comes in and plays 36 minutes. Sorry, faces 16 shots, makes the saves. So it looks like they probably pulled Binghamton after allowing 3 goals on just 14 shots against. That's fine as long as it's not injury. That is fine as long as it's not injury. And he goes 7-8-6 through the first 23 minutes. And then Talbot comes in relief. So that's fine, like I said. Just don't want there to be an injury. So, and there is an injury. It's not our goaltending, but it is our top centerman yet again. So this is the second time this season Sean Monahan has been injured. And, the third, fourth time in the last calendar year. He's faced a lot of injuries as of late. I'm not sure why. What's up with Sean Monahan and his recent injury history. But anyways, he is now out till the 23rd. So obviously that's going to affect us. That's probably only be for 3 to 5 games, but still, you don't want to see that. So Backlund will get the chance to come up here. Andrew Ka... Nope. I want Dubé. Just thinking here. Versteeg can go up. He's played well lately. And who is our depth player? Again, it is Scott Wilson. Yeah. Oh, I just put him in all of Monahan's lines. Crap. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. So give me a second here. I have to fix that. Alright, so we're back here. So yeah, that's just a pain because of all of our players probably on our team, Sean Monahan's in the most line situations. And even though it's only going to be, for 4 or 5 games that we're going to be without him here in this month till he comes back, you still, it's just such a grind or a crunch up this part of the season, and you don't want Scott Wilson playing all of Sean Monahan's minutes here. So I had to go in and pretty much put Backlund in every situation. Some situations you have to put Dubé, Kachuk, and just it's just a pain going through and having to edit your lines, and we're gonna have to do that again when he comes back. So it's a huge pain, but it is what it is here. So when any players get injured, especially a top player, you need to obviously fix that. So coming off 2 wins here, see if we can keep it going here before the trade deadline approaches. Get as many points as we can. We got the Blue Jackets here. First period, they get 1 from Kevin LeBanc. Second period, Flames tied up on Mangiapane's goal. And a third period, we get 2 goals, Yusuf Valimaki and then Zach Werenski. So we're going to overtime yet again. That's been the story in this month of February so far as all the extra time hockey. So here we go, Flames in overtime. How about in a shootout? Yes, we do get it. Johnny Gaudreau with the shootout winner there to give us the extra point. So again, giving up a point to the Eastern Conference they don't care about. We just get 2 points. That's all that matters at this point. So Mangiapane, another 2-point night there. And Jordan Binnington going 9.39. It's been really good. So let's keep simming here. See how fast we can get through this here. St. Louis Blues coming up. Then the Vegas Golden Knights. Alright. And then the LA Kings. So a few divisional games. And I believe that should be the last few games before the deadline. Alright, here we go. Blues, Flames, first period. Wild amount of goals here. Backlund, Domi. Backlund again for us. They get ones from Sammy Blaine and Braden Shen. Second period. Come on, Calgary. Third period. Hold on, Flames. Yes, we do. Versteeg, Mangiapane, Dubé. They get a pair from Tarasenko. But we hang on for the 6-4 win. So Binghamton playing his former team. Probably not the best night as he does let in 4 goals. But we do get the win at the end of the day. That's all you can ask for. So 3-point night for Mangiapane, who's much better so far in this second half. Dubé, Domi, Gaudreau, Valimaki, Backlund, all 2-point nights. And Binghamton 8-7-1, yeah, as mentioned. Not a super good game against his former team, but still gets the win. That's all that matters. So we'll take the 6-4 win. And then, like I said, this should be our last pair of games here before the deadline, as the trades are coming in literally by the day right now from all these teams. So look at this. My God. A lot of picks or just weird trades that were... and look at that. Monahan's... You got to be kidding me. You know what? I'm actually going to hold Monahan out of the lineup. I want that injury to heal. What do we got here? We got. So I believe let's see where the deadline is. I believe it is against that game against the Coyotes. Oh, it's not. It's not till the Sharks here on the 26th. So, I won't hold Monahan out of all of these games. I just want to maybe hold him out of these weekend games against Vegas and LA. And then we'll bring him back for Arizona. I just really want that injury to heal. We can't afford to have him re-injured at this time of the year at all. So let's keep going here. All right, we got the Golden Knights. Oopsie, what did I click on? I did not want to play that game. My bad. All right, here we go. Vegas, Calgary from Vegas. Nothing after 4:40 now. How about the third period? Flames and Knights. We do pull away with a third period win. Hannafin and Backlund, good enough to get the 2-1 win. So we'll skip that there. All right, LAK. We will... Thinking about giving Talbot this game here. Yeah, we're going to give Talbot this game here. Get him to some action. Is back-to-back nights on a California road trip. And again, we'll keep Monahan out of the lineup for one more game. Really get that injury healed. No sense having that reoccur. Because right now we're stringing together the wins as well, so that's important. All right, first period against the Kings. First period, Bennett and Hannafin score. Second period, we get goals from Kachuk twice, but they get 2 more to make this a very close game. Do we hang on in the third? Calgary. Crap, this one's tied again. Backlund scores, but they get 2, sending this to overtime against a division rival. Not what you want to see. Let's, excuse me, make sure we get this extra point here. Calgary in a shootout. Oh my God, come on. Tyler Bozak in the shootout. So, not a good way to give up 2 points in a divisional game. 8-8 for Talbot. Not his best night. I know he hasn't had a lot of action, but you still want Talbot to be good when he does come in. Still has had a really stellar season. It's just his last couple outings have not been super good. All right, so let's get Monahan back in here. Here's a trade. Tomas Hertl's going to the Panthers with a 6th. Coming back as a 1st, a 2nd, and Conley. That's quite a haul back to San Jose. All right, so there's the deadline against the San Jose Sharks. So we're actually going to play 2 more games against the Coyotes and the Stars. So what I'm going to do here is put Sean Monahan back in the lineup, but I'm not going to put him in his game situations yet, like the power play and stuff, mostly because I don't want to have to go through and do that again. But it's only 2 games until the deadline, and then I will fix that all. But let's keep him out of as many game situations as we can right now. Alright, so that's what our lineup looks like. Back again with Monahan in it. Oh, and I meant to put Binghamton back in it, sorry. Jeez Louise. Alright, here we go. And then, yeah, we'll play the final 2 games before the deadline here. So it's the Coyotes and the Stars, and then we won't play the Sharks game because that's on trade deadline day. We'll do all of our work on the 25th, and that's when I'll make sure I'll get all the lines back together, and obviously see what we need to do here. So let's get these 2 final games out of the way and then really gauge where we are. So this is a huge game against the Coyotes. Like I said, they're up there. We need these 2 points in regulation. They're not too far behind us, I believe. I didn't check, but we need this game. So here we go. Flames, Yotes, first period. Fuck, they get 2. We do get 1 from Kopp. We need to pull back here in the second. Come on, Calgary. Crap. Unbelievable. There's Alex Ovechkin on the Coyotes. So remember, we did forget to, we forgot to look where Ovechkin went, who was the top free agent. Now we know he went to the Arizona Coyotes. That is so weird to see. But that's why Arizona is doing so good this year. Clayton Keller, Alex Ovechkin, yikes, look out. All right, so they're up 4-1. We need a huge third period here. We're not going to get it. We get Mangiapane versus Stieg, but they get 1 from Jomerson. How did we not see that earlier, that Ovechkin was on the Coyotes? All right, so that's a tough loss, tough divisional loss. Binghamton not too good in his return back to the lineup. Can we at least end off against the Stars in a good note? That would be great. That's back-to-back losses, by the way. 1 in a shootout, 1 in regulation for the Calgary Flames. All right, we need this one against the Stars. We need this one against the Stars. All right, first period. 2-1 Backlund and Lindholm. Second period. My God, Kopp and Monahan his scores in his return. Second game back, I should say. We have to hang on in the third. Come on, Calgary. Please hang on in the third. Thank you. Elias Lindholm, Johnny Gaudreau. We will hang on for the 6-3 win. So that is all that matters. So yeah, it is nice that we do hang on there. Still wasn't happy with those pair of losses that we did have. But here we are. We are now at the trade deadline. We now kind of have a gauge of what we are. We are 90 points through 63 games. That's still really damn good. We actually have a much bigger lead on the Canucks and Coyotes than I thought, as we sit a good 12 points ahead of those two teams that are tied with 78 points. Same amount of games played pretty much. We do have one more game played than the Canucks, but again, 12 points ahead. And the Kings are actually just back there at 76. So I'm glad we have a little bit of separation, because look how tight it is from 2 right down to 5. Really just separated by a few points. I mean, I wouldn't want to risk being in that position where, you could be in a wild card one day or in a second or third spot. I'm glad we have sole possession right now, first in the Pacific. That being said, lots of hockey still to be played in this one. So, I mean, easily in the last month and a half of the regular season that can change. But right now we do have a comfortable lead upon top in our division, 90 points. Of course, in the Western Conference as well, the Central's pretty weak. When we look at the Eastern Conference, we do have the lead over the Panthers by 3 points for the NHL lead. So that's what you want to see. So not bad for the Calgary Flames. Still where we projected to be in this really good season for us, number 1 overall in the NHL. So we don't actually have, like, it's going to be interesting, because where do we, address our needs now as we head into the trade deadline? So that's obviously going to be in the next episode. We're going to end this episode here, but it's going to be interesting. Where are our biggest holes? Do we have a big enough hole to address here at the deadline? There's Gaudreau on pace who is now at 60 points and just about 20 goals. Mangiapane stepping it up. He's now at 22. He could easily hit 30 and maybe even 35, and he's at 50 points. So he's stepped it up quite a bit since we looked at him at the beginning of this calendar year. In the last couple months here, really stepping it up. Of course, in that contract year, Domi stepping it up too. He's almost at 50 points. So that's nice to see. A few players stepping it up. Kachuk was the other one. He's up there. Monahan as well. But yeah, that's interesting to see. So yeah, I mean, where's our biggest holes? We have depth scoring. Our bottom 6 has been good for us, and when we need them to. Our top players are still playing really well, despite being inconsistent from time to time. Despite maybe not putting up the greatest numbers they could. But I mean, they're still an elite top 6. I mean, anybody would kill to have this top 6, still getting the job done, especially names like Gaudreau and Mangiapane now, and it's good to see. Bottom 6, like I said, these guys are getting it done right now. They're bringing us some depth scoring when we need it. That's all you can ask for out of this bottom 6. And the defense side, I don't have a problem with our defense, really. I don't think, we still should be probably a top team in terms of goals against. We'll look at that again in the next episode. But we should be a top team in terms of goals against. Really don't have a problem there. Haven't had a problem. And of course, goaltending, we don't even need to look at it. Our goaltending has been lights out. So, yeah, I don't know if we have too many holes now at the deadline. Again, we do sit comfortably first in our division. Again, lots can change. But right now, it's all about playoffs. So, I mean, if there's a piece that can help us, come Stanley Cup playoff time, kind of like Corey Perry did last year. Remember, this time last year, we brought in Corey Perry as a third-line depth winger, and he ended up being one of our top players in the playoffs through the 2 rounds that we did play. Perry was probably our MVP, if not one of the top players on our team. So if we can find another guy like that can come in, we can bring in a depth row and can step it up in the playoffs. That's all you can ask for. That's what any team would wish for at this point of the year. And for us, we project to have a very, very long Stanley Cup playoff run. Obviously, we hope for that, but we really do project it this year. I'm not even going to look at the Anaheim Ducks, whether they make it or not. It does not matter. I know we don't have a good history against Anaheim, and the biggest goal was just to avoid Anaheim come playoff time, but we can't worry about it, whether it's going to be Anaheim or whoever else it is. We need to project to have a deep, deep run come the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we'll end this episode here for episode 20, pick things up in episode 21, which will be the trade deadline episode, and then we'll probably sim out the rest of the regular season and get right up to the Stanley Cup playoffs. But right now, the Flames are sitting fine. 90 points through 63 games is good enough for first in our division by a wide margin, by 12 points. and first in the NHL. Be interesting to see if we need to do anything here at the deadline, and if not, where we do finish come the end of the regular season. So that will do it for episode 20. We'll pick the rest of the things up here in episode 21.